In this demo, I'm going to show you how ProSmart CPQ automates and streamlines the creation and ongoing management of complex sales agreements. These sales agreements are typically used in response to bids and RFPs. I'll play the role of a salesperson who has to put together an agreements quote for some fruit products which I want to sell to Stone Valley Foods. Starting in my CRM, you can see that I've already created a record for this opportunity. Now I'm going to add a pros quote to start building the sales agreement and give my agreement a name. Now I'll save this quote record to the opportunity. Once that's saved, I can now open it up to start adding products which I want to be included in this agreement for Stone Valley. In the pros quote that's now attached to the opportunity record, you can see that the system has generated an agreement ID and also provided a status of this agreement. From here, I can now start adding products to the sales agreement. ProSmart CPQ includes a guided quoting process, which allows me to go to any step of the quote journey. I'll begin at the pricing step, which will take me directly into the quote, or as some people know it, the cart. Instead of adding products one at a time into the sales agreement, I'm going to just go ahead and do a mass import. I'll navigate to my file and import the products that I want to be included in this sales agreement. Now that this is imported, I'll make some quick modifications to my quote view. From here, I'll go ahead and make a mass update for my discount. I want to replace my discount from manual to guidance. This is going to provide me with optimized prices for every single line item that is tailored to Stone Valley Foods. I'll select a discount level, we'll go with the target discount, and from here, I'll update. Now that this has been updated, I'll go to the next step, which is managing the terms and conditions for the sales agreement. In this view, I can now define the minimum quantity, the committed revenue I'm expecting per year, and also provide any price protection which I might want to include with the sales agreement. Let's modify the minimum quantity orders first. We'll go ahead and do this again with a mass update. For the committed revenue per year, I'll go ahead and I'll make a mass update also. For price protection, I'm going to go ahead and provide them a clause saying that I will not increase the price of blueberries for the next 90 days. I'll do the same thing with strawberries. For bananas, I want to change the model from an on-demand order to a monthly subscription. You can now see that a subscription discount is automatically applied to the line item for bananas. To finish this off, I can look at the deal insights where I can get analytics charts that help me to understand the impact of this sales agreement. Once this is done, I'll go ahead and close out the quote. I'll submit this sales agreement for approval. I'll add a note for my manager. Now the sales agreement is on its way to my manager for approval. With the approval, the agreement status has been changed to published, and alongside that, I now have a contract ID for this agreement. Once a sales agreement has been published, ProSmart CPQ stores the agreed upon prices into the central pricing repository, allowing Stone Valley to purchase off the sales agreement at a future date if they're within their terms and conditions. If at a future date I want to make modifications to the sales agreements, that's pretty easy to do. To make the modification, I'll go into the contract ID, and from here, I'll go ahead and I'll create an amendment for the sales agreement. Once the amendment has been created, I can now go into the record and make the modifications that I want to the sales agreement. Let's say we want to now add napkins to the sales agreement. And I want to delete lettuce and celery. What you can see is that ProSmart CPQ does not just remove the line items, but it grays them out so I know modifications have been made. Another quick way where I can understand the modifications which I'm making to my sales agreement is to go to the Amendment tab, and here it shows me that I have deleted lettuce and celery and added napkins. I'll go ahead and I'll close the quote. Back in my CRM view, you see that my agreement status is amending. I'll go ahead and I'll submit this for approval, and once the agreement has been approved, the status now changes to published. So now ProSmart CPQ has stored the modified product and price records in the central pricing repository. In this demo, you saw how ProSmart CPQ can streamline the setup and the management of sales agreements for sales teams. ProSmart CPQ. It's a one tool that you need to help improve your sales productivity while accelerating deal velocity. ProSmart CPQ integrates seamlessly into the Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM, enabling a streamlined quoting process. In this demo, I'll play the role of a salesperson creating a quote for my customer, Austin Data Systems. From the dashboard, I'll navigate over to the sales opportunity, which I've already created. I'll navigate over to the Quotes tab and create a quote for this opportunity. I'll give the quote a name and save this quote to the opportunity. Now that I have this quote created, I can start adding products to the quote. ProSmart CPQ features a guided quoting process, which allows me to begin my quoting journey at any of these steps. Let's start in the product catalog. In the catalog, I see all the products and services that I have at my disposal to sell to Austin Data Systems. I'm going to add some laptops to this quote. ProSmart CPQ also includes a guided selling process, which enables me, in this case, to identify the right laptops for this quote. I'll go ahead and walk through the questionnaire. I see that my options have been narrowed down, but I want to do a side-by-side comparison to find the best fit laptop. Using the comparator, I can look at the different specifications for both products. I'm going to take a closer look at this HP laptop. In the products page, I see the full specifications for this laptop. I'm also getting cross-sell recommendations which are tailored to Austin Data Systems. I'll go ahead and add a few of these printers. Now, I'll go ahead and also add 10 laptops to the quote. I'm going to go back to my home page to customize some desktop for Austin Data Systems. The Build Your Desktop function allows me to select the exact components that I want to be included in the desktop for my customer. Instead of selecting every single detail for the desktop, I can go ahead and use the fast configuration feature, which optimizes configurations to specific product attributes. I'm going to put an upper limit of $2,000. Now that I have that limit, with one click, I can get recommendations which are optimized to these key attributes: price, performance, and power consumption. I'll go with the recommended option. In the configuration step, you now see that Smart CPQ has accurately identified which parts are compatible and which are incompatible. If I have a solution which is currently incompatible, but I want to make that compatible, I can go ahead and click on it. And what Smart CPQ does is provide me with the options that need to change to make that selection compatible. I'll go with a different motherboard. And once that's done, I see the impact of the changes that I just made. I'll hit OK. I have my fully customized desktop, so I'll go ahead and add this to the quote. The last thing that I want to do is to customize a cloud package for Austin Data Systems. To make sure that I'm quoting the best cloud hosting package for my customer, I'm going to walk through these guided questionnaires again. With my responses, Smart CPQ has correctly identified that I want to quote a Platinum Cloud package for Austin Data Systems. Now, this cloud package is a combination of the actual hardware as well as a services component. I'll go ahead and I'll select the start date for the contract. As I'm making updates, you'll see that the sales breakdown line is also being updated. So you see now that the cloud hosting contract starts on September 7th. I'll select the contract duration, where I want the data center to be located, and walk through the configuration for the infrastructure, the platform, and the services. And I'll add this cloud service package to the quote. Now that that's added, let's go to the next step in the quoting process, and that is to price the products in my quote. Smart CPQ provides a performance quoting experience that enables users to have a lot of flexibility within the quote. I can take actions such as collapse line items or expand them. I can also move columns to different locations in the quote. I can do the same thing for rows. ProSmart CPQ integrates with the Pro's pricing optimization solution, so a salesperson is able to understand the willingness to pay for every customer for every line item, which is going to enable them to deliver the right price for this quote. Let's take a look at how that works. I can make a mass update to every single line item, and in this case, we're going to change the discount and replace the discount strategy from manual to guidance. We'll select the target discount level and update. Because the discounts are within my approval threshold, you can see that this quote is automatically approved. What happens if I go rogue and want to apply even lower discounts? I can pull up my discount lever, and I'm going to drag this beyond the floor discount. What you'll see is that now this quote needs review and approval from my manager. To eliminate delays which can be caused by lengthy approval cycles, I'll go ahead and I'll select a discount level which is within my approval threshold. Now that I'm done pricing all the products, I want to look at the performance of this quote. In this view, I now have analytics charts that help me to understand the performance of this quote. And I understand the impact that this quote is going to have towards my quota retirement. The other thing that I can get is a pricing waterfall. Now that I'm done putting together this quote for Austin Data Systems, I'm going to close the cart and synchronize this quote to my CRM. Once a quote has been synchronized back into the CRM, I can generate a proposal document for my customer. Once a proposal is generated, I can download this and now send out the final proposal to Austin Data Systems. In this demo, you learned how ProSmart CPQ integrated into the Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM streamlines the quoting process, enabling a salesperson to create and deliver a quote in minutes. This solution helps organizations to improve their sales productivity while accelerating their deal velocity. To learn more, visit us online at pros.com/smartcpq.
So as you can see here, we already have our quote made. If you look on the top left hand of the screen, you'll see Pro's quote, the quote name, the corresponding account, and opportunity. You might be asking yourself, are we in Salesforce? Are we in Smart CPQ? The answer is we are in both. Smart CPQ integrates seamlessly into your CRM provider so that the sales reps can access it with their convenience and create quotes with ease. We're going to jump straight into the catalog here. And as this loads up, you'll be able to see a bunch of different products that we have for this particular company: appliances, electrical components, hardware, a lot of different select for sale items. But for this example here today, we're going to be configuring an HVAC system just to show you the true power that we have in our Smart CPQ platform. To show you, as a dumb salesperson myself, I'll be able to create a HVAC system from scratch without really much prior knowledge of air conditioning systems. So we're going to jump straight into here. We have two different building types here: commercial and residential. This example, we're going to go for residential. Immediately, you see our options become limited. Our Smart CPQ platform is literally guiding the seller into creating a particular product for this specific customer and making sure you're not, there's no room for error. So for this example, we're going to go with a 5,000 square foot home, say 3 doors and 10 windows. Enter, we are good to go. So for our base system here, we can go for the platinum option. And right when we click that, you can see a preview in the middle of the screen. This is really powerful stuff for our field sales rep. In case you have them going into residential homes, they can show the customer what they're actually buying help them visualize it, and literally guide them through the buying process and be there with the journey with them. So we're going to choose just a normal basic air handler here, and we'll have it fit to code. We move on here to filters. And here we'll just choose basic 20 by 20 option, enter in on U2, select and move on. Now, system components. One thing that I wanted to highlight here is we have two different options for demand control ventilation. And right when I click one, you see certain options become incompatible. That's our constraint-based engine within our Smart CPQ at work. Sellers that don't have much product knowledge, aren't as experienced as tenured sellers, it eliminates the room for error. And if they try clicking on these incompatible options, it won't allow them to add it to their quote. Great thing about our Smart CPQ platform is that you'll be able to configure this. All of this is a very highly configurable platform. So you'll be able to create this without any coding at all. So you can even have your sales managers set these parameters for their reps. Another cool thing that I wanted to highlight is this optimize button over here. So right when I click that, you can see all the different criteria that we have here: price, air quality, efficiency. Like I said, it is very highly configurable. For this specific example, if we go through price, air quality, and efficiency and press search, we can see all of it laid down for us, the air quality, efficiency, price. We also have the corresponding system components on there. Let's choose efficiency. We're not sparing any expense here. And keep in mind that the optimization that I just opted for actually is taking into account what I set for this demand control ventilation. So moving on to home service over here. For our service option, let's say we're going with filter monitoring. Oh, but there's our constraint-based engine hitting again, and we're not allowed to move forward unless we choose our smart hub. So let's go ahead and select that. Let's say we want an extended warranty on that, so 2 years, and we want parts and compressors. Now, after we made all those selections, we can add it to quote, and so we know that we made all the right decisions, and we aren't creating a product that isn't compatible with each of the parts that we chose. Let's add that to our quote. And then we can head over to pricing, and everything that we just selected is laid out for us right here, easy for the sales rep to see.
Guess what? It's really hard to acquire new customers. These days, the cost of acquiring a new customer is 5 to 6 times higher than an existing one. Making matters worse, sales reps face numerous obstacles trying to meet their quotas. Wading through reports to find leads, getting buried in administrative tasks, combing through extensive product catalogs to find the right recommendations. When can they find the time to sell? Imagine the impact on revenue if your sales team could provide relevant suggestions to current customers based on the buying habits of similar customers. What if they could easily identify which customers to pursue? Wouldn't it be great if they could address dwindling purchases before a customer is lost for good? By increasing customer retention rates by just 5%, your organization could lift profits by 25% or more. In a digital economy with mounting competitive pressures, B2B companies are asking, how do we sell more to existing customers and empower sales with the insights needed to successfully grow revenue? Savvy business leaders are turning to prescriptive analytics tools like Pro's Opportunity Detection to give their sales teams a sustainable selling advantage. Built on Pro's AI platform, it provides actionable insights to sales reps right in your CRM, helping them decide where to focus their time for the greatest revenue impact. Pro's Opportunity Detection uncovers patterns in customer purchasing like declining purchases that highlight potential churn, inconsistent timing and quantity of purchases signaling a chance to increase wallet share, and gap purchases, indicating a customer isn't buying products commonly purchased by their peers. Best of all, Pro's algorithms continue to learn and adapt, tailoring future recommendations for each salesperson. Visit our website to learn more about how you can outperform with Pros.